I'm obsessed with growing food. I'm, in fact, so obsessed with growing food that I've crawled inside my little mini polytunnel that I can barely fit in just so I can get as close as possible in my sad January Canadian winter garden to anything close to green. I've been growing food my entire adult life. As soon as I moved out, I started my first garden. And in those 15 years, I feel like I've learned a lot and I've grown and advanced in my skills for growing, which is why we're so excited for next year, because next year is when we get to take our growing to the next level, take it from just, being home gardeners and actually putting some effort in to try to do the farming itself. But as I sit here and I think over, what are some of the skills that I want to gain in 2018, one that definitely keeps coming to mind is the fact that just because I know how to grow food doesn't mean I know how to grow anything else. In fact, I would probably go far enough to say that I really suck at growing anything else other than food. I kill houseplants all the time. Because my space has been so limited, I've always made the conscious decision to not grow anything that wasn't edible. And that means that I do not grow flowers. The food gives me pleasure. I take no pleasure in anything not completely utilitarian, so no flowers for me. But with this new farm, I have the space that I can finally grow flowers if I want to. And towards that goal, this summer I bought myself some dahlias and I planted them, and they didn't grow super well, but they got in late, and I dug up the tubers so that I could save them and have dahlias for next year. And even though they looked pretty good when I dug them up, within a month, here I have dried, moldy, shriveled dahlias. Because I do not know how to grow flowers at all. You'd think it would be rather straightforward, that it's the exact same concept as growing food, just you put something in the ground and you water it and you take care of it, and then in the end you come back and you have flowers. But for some reason it doesn't work that way for me. I do not know how to grow flowers. For 2019, we want to be selling stuff at our local farmers market, and part of the plan is that ideally we'd also be bringing some flowers to the farmers market as well, because it seems, like a good add-on purchase. But because I don't know how to grow flowers, I'm sitting here and I'm not feeling very confident about my ability to bring a really good product with me. So, new year, new skill. I want to learn how to grow flowers this year. One of the things that I've been thinking about a little bit is the difference between just doing something and something being a skill. As I said, I've grown flowers before. This isn't going to be an experiment in trying to put some flowers into ground. This is going to be, I want to have some skills. And for me, to be able to call something a skill, you need to have knowledge behind it. And so to that end, I am going to be doing some research into how to grow flowers. I have a few books that I'm going to be looking over about how to grow cut flowers, because that is one thing especially that I want to try. And I also want to learn more about the different needs of flowers versus, vegetables, basically. Last year, I set out on trying to learn how to make handmade soap, and I feel like I achieved that. I feel like I can sit here and say I now have that as a skill. I made enough batches of soap last year that I made mistakes, and I figured out how to overcome those mistakes, and I feel confident going into future years and future batches of soap that I know what I'm doing. So my hope for 2019 is that when I sit here a year from now, just like with my handmade soap, I will be able to say that I also now know how to grow flowers, but obviously I have to put the work and the research and the time into doing that. And so that is what I will be working on over 2019. One of the biggest challenges I've been having is I'm sitting here and I'm getting ready to do my seed ordering, and because I don't really know anything about flowers, I'm having a really hard time knowing what flowers I should buy. So I'd like to focus in on probably about 12 different flowers and then maybe, you know, do like 2 or 3 of each variety. But yeah, I don't know where to start. So if any of you know how to grow flowers, unlike me, please let me know down below if you have any recommendations. And also if you don't grow flowers, but you like to buy flowers, if you can let me know stuff that you especially like to spend money on, that would be like crazy helpful too, because my goal is to grow stuff that will actually sell at our markets. So if you're the type of person who buys flowers, let me know what you like to see, so I also have an idea of what to grow to, you know, entice customers. This is a challenge video, and I was challenged by the originator of the New Skill for New Year challenge, Kaylee at the farm on Quail Hollow. And I would love to see if any of my other female gardener YouTubers that I love to watch are up to any new skills this year. So I'm also gonna challenge Chelsea over at Little Mountain Ranch and Jess from Roots and Refuge. I would love to know if you guys have a new skill that you're hoping to gain for 2019. And for all the rest of you, if you also have a new skill that you're working on this year, let me know down below as well, because it's interesting to see what everyone else is up to. So I will see you guys next time.